Most founders I meet think they have a process problem. But let me tell you a story. Years ago, I had a brilliant developer, insanely talented, like a gift from the gods, but he kept missing deadlines. My business partner was ready to fire him every other week, and I kept fighting for him. In the end, he became an absolute rock star. One day it hit me. He was just spending half of the time answering emails, writing specs, and helping other developers. The problem wasn't him, not his fault at all. I never gave him a structure. We had SOPs, but nothing worked. Let me show you how to avoid that mistake and build structure where every tasks connect to real outcome. That's the same approach I use with the clients to reclaim 10-15 hours a week and stop chasing everyone around, reminding them what to do and why. Instead, focus on growth and stop bleeding profits on time that brings zero results. This is what most small teams look like. One person wearing 5 hats. Your sales guy also runs ads. Your manager writes the blog. Your accountant handles office supplies. It's not chaos, it's just invisible until you map it. Here is what I do with every client. First, we define the business functions your model actually needs. You can even ask ChatGPT, what business functions does a B2B SaaS with the 4 employees need? But let's be honest here. Anyone saying you can just throw something into AI and get magic out of it is at best stretching the truth. You still need to use your brain. AI doesn't know your context, so your prompt has to be super detailed. What you are doing, for whom, how, like explaining it to a doctor. And even then, the results need your thinking. You still have to adapt it to your real situation. AI helps and speeds things up, but it's not the brain replacement. Don't forget it. Okay, now you got your functions, even with the descriptions. Now map your current team to those functions. For now, this is enough. But going forward, we'll need to replace specific people with roles that reflects the business functions they perform. Right now, keeping names makes it easier to understand what's happening in the current context. So you can see what's covered, what's overloaded, what's missing completely. That's your real org chart. That's the structure you've been missing. Once you see which functions your business needs and who's doing what, it's time to group them into departments. Think of the departments as containers of responsibility. Every function belongs somewhere. Sales, delivery, admin, finance, whatever your business needs. Even if right now it's all just you, map it anyway. You are not building for today, you are building to get out of the weeds. Now go one step further. For each department, define its expected outcomes. Not tasks, not send emails or update dashboard. Real results, like 10 new qualified leads per month, 95% client satisfaction, project delivered on time every time. Without outcomes, your team just stays busy. With outcomes, you start building a business that performs. Like the idea already? Follow, subscribe, like, hit the bell, all that stuff. And if you have a friend whose business feels like a black hole, send them this video, they'll thank you later. Okay, now the most interesting part. Let's connect the dots. You've got your structure, you've defined your outcomes. But how does work actually move through the business? That's where process map comes in. I always start simple. Don't overcomplicate stuff. Let's say this is your client acquisition process. Marketing generates the lead. Sales qualifies and closes it. Delivery takes over. Each step tied to a department. Each handoff tied to a function. You don't need every little task right now. Just clarify on who's responsible for what and when the ball moves to the next player. This is where so many small businesses break. Nobody owns the flow. So things get lost. Clients wait, projects stall, revenue leaks out quietly. But once you see the flow, you can finally control it. And you don't need to master every little nuance of BPMN. The key is to see the actual process. Then Zoom in on the parts that need it. At some point, it becomes clear where automation fits in and where those trendy AI agents can actually help. A lot of people do it backwards. They start with automations and agents, then complain that nothing works. It does work. You just have to do things in the right order. Start broad, then go specific. Business is not about getting things done. It's about getting the right things done by the right people in the right sequence. And without structure, you'll keep putting out fires instead of building something that lasts. So here's your next steps. Map the structure, define the outcomes, visualize the flow. And if you want to see how it looks in practice, I've prepared useful resources I share with my newsletter subscribers. Just subscribe to my business letter below and I'll send it straight to your inbox. And hey, if this video sparked something, hit like, subscribe, let me know that's helpful. So now you have your basic structure, but that's not the only thing stealing your time and energy. Endless meetings and constant approvals. One great fix is asynchronous systems. Stay tuned, we'll talk more about that soon.